What will strike you as you drive through Watervliet is, why is the downtown empty? Why are there so many buildings unoccupied? This small community is surrounded by wonderful water features, including Paw Paw Lake, a tourist destination for over 100 years. We have a local hospital, a new hotel and water park, and are very close to the I-94 corridor project. So why can't we fill our downtown? Why can't we make our downtown vital? It boils down to a few simple issues: politics and personality. When investors approach Watervliet City with money and ambition, they're frightened away by what I like to call the shifting sands. The shifting sands refer to a common tactic in government and in corporations where orthodoxy is more important than creativity, where the process to complete a project can constantly change based on the individual agendas of those who control the process. The shifting sands are always based in human ego disguised as a legitimate process. In Watervliet, a key case study is Craig Neiphaus, a profile of a building official run amok. This building inspector for many years has changed job site requirements based not on code, but on other unmanageable, intangible, and immeasurable variables, such as, how did the city council meeting go? Does the city council want a project to be expedited or slowed? Did I sleep well last night? Did I have a fight with my wife? How is my architectural business doing? Am I constipated? Are you a white male? Or, as in the case of my wife, an Asian female? He doesn't seem to like everybody equally. Based on the above variables, Craig, on his first visit and possibly subsequent visits to the job site, may be helpful and polite. At our job site, he provided very constructive information for the first several visits. He will provide honest and intelligent direction on requirements. Unfortunately, as reported by myself, Kip Thumb, Joe Baginski, Phil Henderson, and others, over time his demeanor and direction can change faster than a lake effect snowstorm. That's not what I told you last time. That support needs to be moved. I didn't tell you we could grandfather that bathroom. You need an ADA compliant bathroom. You purchased a building that's fallen apart. I'm going to stick to you like a wet t-shirt to ensure that you bring this building up to code. These shifts in direction eat up time, money, and patience of the investor. Many investors have come to town only to be scared off by the moving target created by the shifting sands. When power is over-centralized and those in positions of power do not follow a righteous process, individuals are given freedom to exercise personal agendas based on the direction of the prevailing wind. As the sands move and the wind shifts, investors are caught in a subterfuge of personal agendas as their wallets empty and their desire to succeed is destroyed. Hence, an empty downtown. On Wednesday, October 22nd, Craig Neiphaus intentionally sabotaged a walkthrough meeting with other local and state officials at Kim's Asian Grocery with the intent to close the business based on a personal agenda of bias. He went against the advice of Mayor Roger Prince, who asked that a city clerk be involved in the meeting, and instead he had the chief of police attend in an attempt to intimidate the business owners, myself and my wife. He also lied to State Mechanical Inspector Ed Wainwright, telling him his presence was not required at the meeting, when in fact Ed's presence was the key to the meeting. Mr. Neiphaus, a respected architect in his 80s, no longer possesses the intellectual and interpersonal capability to conduct his part-time position as building inspector. Without proper oversight or accountability, he uses building codes randomly to support his own agenda. On 10/22, despite receiving a report of a property that was dangerous and falling down, posing a risk of personal injury to the public, he refused to take a report on said property. He instead spent his time ensuring a return receipt letter was sent to local business owners, Kim and Byron Hatch, myself and my wife, threatening us with revocation of our certificate of occupancy, which he stated was a temporary CO. Funny, on the CO that's hanging on the wall here, there's no mention of it being temporary. When asked by a city clerk if the temporary CO issued had an expiration date, Mr. Neiphaus stated it did not. Despite feedback from the city clerk that he was doing something that was not appropriate or legal, Mr. Neiphaus proceeded to send the return receipt letter stating the CO would be revoked on 11/22/2009. In this depressed economy, why are aged local officials allowed to harass business owners? When the city of Watervliet is in desperate need of downtown investment and development, why do we have on the books a building inspector that intentionally discourages business investment? My wife and I have invested our heart and soul in downtown Watervliet. And in the 2.5 years since we've been down here, we've watched Mr. Neiphaus scare away no fewer than 3 investors based on his lacking interpersonal agenda. The city cannot allow inspectors or employees free rein to make decisions based on emotion, territory, and ego agendas rather than uniform fact-based review and enforcement. The process can be improved by 1, requiring all city employees to account for their time and customer contacts. All customer contacts should require filling out a contact form. In the case of the building inspector, said form would be signed by both the inspector and the owner or contractor. The contact form should be one piece of a web or PC-based application that manages all aspects of city government. ACT or Salesforce.com are functional programs that would accomplish this goal without breaking the bank. Number 2, encouraging public access to all city business information on the web to facilitate transparency in government and build the public trust, which unfortunately in Watervliet City doesn't exist today. We need your help to effect positive change in Watervliet. Let your opinion be known and attend city council meetings. Step up on election day and vote. Thank you. If you have been mistreated by Building Inspector Craig Neiphaus, please put your complaint in writing detailing exactly what happened. Email me at eggroll@juno.com, that's EGGROLL @juno.com, or contact the State of Michigan complaint line for government officials at 517-241-9347. You can also send your written complaint to BCC, P.O. Box 30254, Lansing, Michigan 48909. Thank you for your time. Guys, you don't have to worry. We're going to fight this. And we're not going to let an abusive building inspector close us down without reason. This is what it's like to do business in Michigan. And this is the result of doing business in Michigan on my family. This is unacceptable. We need help. We need this to change.
If you see him, what do you want to say to him, Willie?
I think he's the worst building inspector ever.
I'm sorry this upset you. I'm sorry I even told you.